New agent expectations. I really wish someone had told me what to expect when I started this real estate industry. And so I want to do that with you. If you're a veteran agent, maybe this video isn't for you. It's really for new agent expectations, maybe an agent who is newer in the industry. Let's get to a quick timeline. I created this timeline based not only on my empirical experience, but the thousands of agents that I've trained nationwide. So the first thing I want you to know is that there is a timeline. There is a learning curve. You're learning how to do something completely new. And so, yes, there is a learning curve with it, and it does take time. However, if you follow the Real Estate Academy, if you're diligent and you're really, really committed to learning every single day, you're not going to suffer as much as the traditional real estate agent who is just going day by day, trying to do the things that they're told to do without true understanding of their career. So I want to help you if you follow this training, if you follow this academy. I've created it based on the production of new agents who have already gone through some of my training. And I know that this is possible because I did it and they did it. So what to expect should you complete the academy? Should you learn something new every day? Should you follow the frameworks that are given to you in this academy are the following. You're 0 to 3 months, so you just got started. Some of you may already be longer in the business, but in your first 3 months, you have to engage daily, learn, apply, generate, and convert. Remember everything you're learning in the academy, the daily disciplines that you're going to learn, all of your SMART goal setting, your SWOT analysis. The Agent Accelerator training program is to get you centered as an entrepreneur, and you can easily do that in less than a day. These are micro learning videos. So in these 0 to 3 months, you should absolutely be learning, applying, generating leads, and definitely converting leads to appointments. In your 4 to 6 months and your 7 to 12 and the start of your second year, this is kind of what you can expect. You're always going to be learning, especially during transactions. So never stop that. You're always going to be applying. And as you start learning more in the academy, you're going to start applying and generating more leads and converting more leads because you're learning more and more things. And you're definitely going to be closing transactions within 4 to 6 months. I've coached agents who have done it. I was a top producing agent in less than 8 months. So I'm telling you that you can do it, but you do have to apply. Now, within those 4 to 6 months, it really behooves you for commission allocations, and we're going to go through that in just a second. Now, in your month 7 through 12, you're always going to be learning, applying, generating, converting, and closing transactions. Now, the only difference is within your 7 to 12 months, you start grabbing an idea of what kind of agent you want to be or what you like working with. Now, not always, but within 7 to 12 months, a lot of agents will decide, hey, I really like working with new home buyers. Now, this will change. Your niche marketing will change throughout your career. So don't get honed in on having to have a niche market right away. Not true. You have to actually work many aspects of the industry to know what you enjoy. And as we're starting year 2, again, it never stops. You learn, apply, generate leads, convert leads, close transactions, and then you want to make sure you increase your marketing. So year 2, we want to look at everything we've done in year 1, everything we've learned in year 1, what we liked in year 1. And even though we didn't like some things, we still got to do them, especially when they're shown to work. And you're going to learn how to do all this in the quarter business planning and throughout the entire academy. We talk about how to consistently look back and see what you're doing. You cannot manage what you do not measure. And last but not least, you should be gaining referrals within your second year. Now people don't know you really as a brand new agent, which is your sphere of influence, and you've already closed transactions who know people. So the year 2 is definitely a target to increase your referrals. Now you're probably asking yourself, all right, Stephanie, well, when do I actually start making some money? Great question. The sooner you get started. I know, what a terrible answer, but it is the sooner you start. The sooner you start learning, and not just learning, but applying, my friends. I tell people what to do. Your next video is daily disciplines. If you don't do the 7 daily disciplines every single day, you're not going to see a result. So start them as soon as possible. Your first 0 to 3 months should be pure learning and effort and building. And then within your 3 to 6 months, though, I've seen it. Agents who follow my training program diligently week after week, come to coaching, get their stuff done, they are closing transactions within 3 to 6 months. Even if it's a lease transaction, a buyer, I mean, they are closing transactions. So it's definitely possible. So I do want to remind you, though, that leads can take anywhere from 2 to 24 months to become a deal. Now, you're probably asking yourself, if you're watching this, what's a lead? What's a prospect? What's the difference? What's a client? What's a referral? We're going to break all that down for you in the academy. But pretty much anyone who is interested, whether now or in the future, it can take 2 months to 24 months to actually become a transaction. I worked with a buyer for almost a year and a half. They just were upgrading and they were pretty particular. And as much as I revised, reformed, and revisit that you're going to learn here in the academy, it just took time. And things take time. I'll meet a buyer at an open house and we won't close on a property for another 4 to 5 months. So it really depends on the situation of the prospect and their level of where they are in their life. And we're going to talk about that when we get to the client psychology portion of the academy. Now, you need to make business happen every day. Now, this isn't this about being an opportunity seeker, and we're going to talk about that more in the academy. Being an opportunity seeker at all times is the most important thing you can do. We're going to talk about how to lead generate and do that, but you make your business happen. It doesn't just happen. So it's important that you're always knocking for opportunity. Now, can it happen sooner than all of this time? Absolutely. Some of this stuff can happen within 30 days. You could be going and calling all your friends and telling them that you're an agent now. And is there anything that you can do to help them? When does their current lease expire? Can you help them get pre-approved? I mean, as you're making these calls, you're going to start seeing, oh, wow, me really reaching out to people directly and making this customizable is getting me some action and some traction, or they know someone that is looking for an agent. So many things can happen for you if you keep a habitual opportunity mindset. Now, a lot of agents ask me, what's the budget? How much should I budget when I first get started? How much should I invest at first? Well, let me just tell you right now, I'm a huge advocate of not to spend what you don't have. There are ways to make money in this business. There are ways to scale your business. And the way you should scale is only if you have it to spend and have it to lose. Now, we are going to take a lot of good risk assessments when it comes to generating leads and business. I'm going to teach you what you should be focusing on when you first get started in the industry and things you should do to scale. Now, never buy leads at first. So I have had an agent before, they just got licensed. They had a great job prior. They did what they're supposed to do. You're supposed to save at least 6 to 8 months in reserves as you get into this real estate industry to make sure you can live. That is so important. And they went and they bought leads because they had a good amount in savings. But they had no idea how to convert them. They had no idea how to close them because they hadn't been trained yet, or they weren't even attending training. They just were told, hey, if you buy Google ads, or if you do this, if you do that, you'll get leads. And then you don't even have to do open houses. You don't have to do calls. That is the lazy way, my friends. Let's not do that. That is a way when you expand your business, it's because you have it to expand and it's not going to affect your current lifestyle. So I wouldn't buy leads at first. We're going to get into that, into lead generation, as we talk about our Buyers Academy, our Sellers Academy. I'm going to talk to you the difference between organic lead gen, and I'm going to talk to you about purchase lead gen. But I wouldn't buy them at first. You want to utilize everything free, and there's so much out there for free. Social media, there is so many aspects to get your reputation out there for free. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, so many ways that you can get your name out there, your way out there, email, templates. There's so many things you can do that you don't have to necessarily dump a bunch of money into it, go completely broke, and then now you're sitting on empty. You want to utilize free, like ways people can contact you with free websites and using QR codes, maybe in the back of your car or on your open house signs that take them to your free website. There's a lot of free ways that you can drive traffic into your website. Is it going to take longer? Sure, but it's also more organic. So important to utilize free as much as possible. Open houses are free. Conducting these open houses, there is a specific session in this academy called Open House Domination. It's fantastic. It has been years and years in the making. It's been years and years of talking to agents on what they're experiencing. It's an excellent course for you to take. It's here, it's in the academy. So learn how to conduct enough open houses to get enough leads. And that's a free way, and that's organic way. Sometimes that is the best way to generate the leads because they met you face to face and you were able to provide value. Now, budgeting is a monster. You're going to get told to, spend thousands of dollars on mail outs and do certain things. Really watch yourself. Look at yourself, look at your budget, look at your lifestyle. Is it something you can afford to spend and something you can afford to lose? The best thing for you to do is to start where you stand. Who do I know now? Who do I know? Am I part of a gym? Am I part of a church? Am I part of a school? Am I part of a group? And how can I make myself known there? Am I in a community where we have a dog park or trails that I can get the community together, maybe for a yappy hour? Now, we talk about this extensively in event marketing and community engagement, but you can start where you stand. It's that simple. And if in your office or in your company, they have free print, utilize it. And if they don't, there are a lot of lenders, title companies, insurance agencies that are teaming up with real estate agents to help provide the print work that they need. So this is really great ways to be budget friendly and to get what you need without coming out of pocket so much. Also, a great way to budget yourself is don't spend what you have and save what you have. I'm not saying don't spend. Let me rephrase that. There are times to spend what you have. There are times to scale. So once you start closing second month, you got to allocate these commissions properly. I wish somebody told me this when I first started. I made well over $200,000 my first year in real estate, and I was young, and I didn't do very well in this department. So I'm teaching you from my pain. The first thing you want to do is understand what your gross commission income is versus your net commission income. So I'm going to keep it very simple. If you are with a broker, whatever percentage that you have agreed upon, that is what you're taking with you. For example, I'm just going to keep it simple. If you're with a company that offers you a 70-30 split, 70% to the agent, 30% to the agent, your gross commission income is without the broker split. Your net commission income is with all your expenses, including your broker split. So I sell a $350,000 house at a 3% commission. My commission, my gross income is $10,500. But wait, I have to give 30% to the broker and then allocate all my costs that it took me not only to get that transaction, but to continue running my business. That's called the net commission income. So what matters most? Your net worth is your network. So the more you're lead genning, the more you're lead converting, that is the systems that matter the most. So some of the things you definitely have to have is a CRM. If your brokerage doesn't provide one, you definitely have to look into these programs. There is a course in here about the systems you need in order to run a successful real estate business, and the CRM is the top one. So if you do have to pay for it, that would definitely be one that you definitely pay for. One that's going to help you convert and put all the leads in there. It's going to help you build more commission so that you can grow that net commission income. That's what we're looking for the most. So always think, what makes you money and what doesn't? What is making me money? What is the most important thing for me to do right now? I need to get in front of as many people as possible. They need to find me at these open houses. So some of the things I'm going to pay for first are going to be my CRM, all my business cards, my free websites. I'm going to go on these free website places that I can create a free template website, like maybe Wix or Fiverr. And with AI, you can definitely even have AI create it. So there's so many things you can do to save that money. And then you put the money where it actually matters. The CRM is going to help you convert tons of open house signs. I talk about this in Open House Domination. You want 20 to 30 signs. You want flags. You want engagement. You want, beginner buyer guides. You want to, when people experience you, be wow. They want to be wowed by you. So those are things that I would invest in before I start with the mail outs and some of the one to the masses techniques. And I'll teach you that in the academy as well. So if you look on the right-hand side, you're going to see what percentage I should actually commission allocate. Well, they always say you should live off half of what you make. And I do that, and I've always done that. And I have to tell you, it's a lot less stressful in life to live under your means so that no matter what happens, you're always good to go and you're not super stressed out about it. So you want to allocate about 30 to 25% for taxes. That's right. You are a 1099, my friend. They're going to tax you. So you want to make sure that you have your taxes set aside per commission structure. You then have business tax. Business. You want to go ahead and reinvest it back into your business. Some people do 15, some people will do 10, some people do 5 as they're first getting started and writing their few transactions. It's totally fine. But you definitely want to save at least 10% of everything you own. So let's go ahead. You earn $10,000. You want to save at least $1,000. You want to pull out. You want to pay all your bills. You want to make sure you have a set aside for taxes. And then you want to see what you are left with to invest back into your business. Remember, only do things that are going to help you scale. So spend smart and reinvest. Here are some 7 mistakes to avoid. Really important. I wish someone would have said, don't do these things. And I kind of went through them a little bit, so we're going to breeze through these. 7 mistakes new agents make is not building a business plan. I want you to go in the academy, and I want you to go to quarter business planning, and I want you to see that. There's no way that you're going to be able to understand how many leads you need to generate or how many leads you need to convert without understanding the numbers. The numbers never lie. So it's really important that you do that. A lot of agents ignore the power of networking. Not just going out all the time and networking, but you have to have some networking events in your calendar. You're newer in the industry. You need to get as many connections as possible. Now, can you make connections at agent events, realtor events? Absolutely. You can meet agents from other states or other counties or other cities, or even other areas of real estate. You can meet a commercial agent that doesn't want to do residential and create a partnership. So yes, you want to network with other agents, but most importantly, you want to go to networking sessions like, Young Professional Networks or Business Network, BNI, or any type of business networking, because it is really important that you get your name out as soon as possible. And not just that they get to experience you face to face. You're not just a card, you're not just a billboard, you're not just a mail out, you're a person that they experienced and they liked. A lot of agents make the mistake of underestimating the power of consistent lead generation. They think, okay, I generated some leads at an open house. Let me just work these leads. And then once those are good, I'll start lead generating again. Or they only go one source of lead gen. Big problem, right? So we need to constantly be creating lead generation. And we're going to do that. If you keep going through the academy, you're going to see that we have introduction to lead generation. And in the Buyer and Sellers Academy, we talk about nothing but how to generate buyers and how to generate sellers and investors and landlords and renters. This academy is packed with how to generate business. So don't underestimate the importance of habitual lead generation. And another mistake is a lack of time management and discipline. Guess what? I got you covered there too. I do. The next video is daily disciplines. And then after that, we're going to teach you how to set goals. We're going to teach you your strengths and weaknesses. Most of all, we are going to teach you how to effectively dominate your calendar. So look at these videos, my friends. It's going to help you start from the beginning to the end. And of course, the biggest mistake is not investing in marketing and personal branding. Now, I just told you to be careful with that, right? Yes, I did. So let's create your stages. Stage 1 is going to take me my first 6 months. What is the branding and marketing plan I have there based on my budget? Are there things you can do in the future? Absolutely. Can you scale? Absolutely. But everything in good timing, because you don't want to go bankrupt before you get started. And of course, mastering sales and negotiation and communication. You guys, I'm going to have a heart-to-heart with you for just a second. I have heard so many real estate agents get into the industry and they say, I'm not a salesperson. Well, last I checked, you need a license to sell real estate, not show it, sell it. And what does that mean? You can become the salesperson you want to be. In this academy as well, I go through selfless selling, how to be a true salesperson. And it's not just selling you or selling a limit of a car. No. You're selling legacy and dreams and people who have been saving their whole lives for this purchase. You need to learn how to sell. You need to learn how to negotiate. You have to know the leverage these buyers have. You got to learn how to negotiate the contracts. You have to be able to do these things so that not only are you truly helping people, but you're protecting them. So you're educating, you're protecting, you're negotiating because you know the laws and you know the contracts and you know more than they know. So please master the art of negotiation and communication. And yes, I have you covered. It's in the academy. And last but not least, not seeking mentorship or continuing education or getting a coach that's actually going to customize a plan for you. We offer group coaching here at Profit Real Estate Academy, but this is a one-on-one mentorship, continuing, always educating yourself every day, learning something new every single day. These are the 7 mistakes that new agents make. And so take these down, take a picture, look at what maybe you're probably guilty of doing right now, and let's make a change. I will see you on the next video, my friends. In the meantime, Godspeed.